All right, what's going on, everyone? Somebody but nobody here. This is the SBN Lifestyle. Thank you for watching my video. I never really start out my videos with any particular thing. I just want to get right into it. But I want everybody to really think about this. Really just take a second and think about the things that I say, because there's always some deeper, thing that goes into what I'm saying than what you may think that I'm saying. But first off, let's go back to when you were born and when you were a child and you came into the world. You came into the world, you were little, you watched TV and shows, and your mother and father or whoever you were living with fed you. And, you did kid things, you went outside and played, and, life at that time, there was nothing to really worry about. It was just you were a kid. And then the kindergarten came along and you had to go to school. And even when I was younger, it did not feel right. When they said, your first day of school is coming. Like, even as a kid, I said, oh yeah, my first day of indoctrination, even though I didn't know the word back then, I said, oh yeah, doing all that parent stuff, doing all the stuff that we're forced to do, kind of, even at a younger age, even at 5 or 6 or however old I was when I went to kindergarten. I said, oh my gosh, I gotta go to school today. Like, I absolutely hated school. I hated it. And I went to a Christian school from K-5 to 4th grade. And then I ended up going to a secular school in 5th grade. And then I dropped out in 12th. But anyway, that was the beginning of the indoctrinating and the brainwashing and the conformity. And I don't know how many of you have kids, and I'm not telling you how to live your life or what to do. But this is the reason that if I would have a kid, I would not take my kid to a school. I would homeschool them and teach them the bare necessities of life. You know what I mean? A lot of these things that these schools are doing, you may not agree with me, but a lot of it is just to get you prepared for society and the system. And, all we really need to know how to do is add, subtract, multiply, the bare necessities of things to live. We need to know how to do certain things to a certain point. Then when we start talking about like all this other stuff, all we're doing is we're doing a lot of these things to conform to the world and society and the system. And it's training you to be a part of that. And I want to put it out in this video. Listen to me really carefully when I say this. There is this black pill concept that people talk about. And it's just a concept. It's a metaphor for life and getting away from all of this brainwashing, indoctrinating stuff that men and women, it's both men and women, And I just want to say on here, I don't have anything against the women that are subscribed to my channel or the men that are subscribed to my channel and come to my channel. But there are a lot of men and women that are completely blind to this. They will not accept the message that I speak. And I just want to give a shout out to this guy. And yes, his channel, he is a black pill guy, and he has a different view on women than what I do. I don't think that all women are the same. But I'll let it speak for itself if you want to go there and watch it. But there's a guy named Renegade #1. I watched a couple of his videos last night, and it really made me see something that I wasn't seeing before. I watched, I can't remember the name of the videos, But I'll put them in the comments down below or the description what they were called, so you can go and watch them, so you can see what I seen. And even though that he says this is Renegade number one, the feminist killer, that's his way of what he does it. That's not my channel, but I agree with a lot of what he says. And you real women out there, you should agree with it too. I mean, if you know common sense and logic, you should say that, yeah, this is really going on, you know? And I don't bring that up a lot, but I just want to let all the women know on this channel that I am not against women. I love women. I love women. You know what I mean? Like, it's women are something that I'm very attracted to, but I don't let my feelings go wild over women. I don't let my life be ran by women. You know what I mean? Not like I used to. And I know a lot of you had problems with women, and you women have had problems with men. So we're all in this together, kind of. See, this is where the black pill thing becomes hypocritical to me, because, what about you men and what you do and your problems and the things you do to women? And then what about you women that do these things to men? We're all in this bowl of soup together, whether we want to admit that or not. But I do see what he's talking about in a lot of his videos, and like I said, I will put it in the comments or I'll put it in the description, the videos that I watched. But it just made me see that everything is just a lie. It's bullshit. And I understand we are a part of this society. And I understand that even me, I get help from the government. I get food stamps to help me out. So does that make me a hypocrite because I'm talking about the very system that helps me and supplies me with food? Yeah, kind of. But I don't fall for all the bullshit. I don't go for all these lies that these politicians are telling people. All this political stuff is complete nonsense. If you are voting, and listen, please don't get offended if I'm saying this about you, but I don't vote. My vote doesn't mean a damn thing. That ain't gonna change nothing at all. Nothing. This shit is already set up right from the start. Don't think that it isn't. Now, am I completely sure that it's like that? No, but it doesn't matter anyway if it isn't set up, because these politicians, everything that they talk about is nonsense. It's all built upon the foundation of this indoctrinating, brainwashing, conformity of society. It's all based on that. And listen, if you can't see that yet, it's okay, because I couldn't see it for almost my whole life. I just now started waking up to this, and I'm not saying that I'm woke. I'm not saying any of that. But I just started to see this for what it really, really is. And I might say, hey, go check out this channel. But that doesn't mean that I am those people that I tell you to check out, because I'm not. I'm different. I'm a different human. I'm a different individual, and I am a nihilist. I label myself as a nihilist, and I would like to say I'm an optimistic nihilist. If any of you don't know what that is, then look it up. Excuse me. Then go look that up. Or I might be some other type of nihilist. There's sometimes when life is going well and I'm in better moods and I have a better outlook on life. And then like the last couple days or so, 5 days, I don't know how long it's been, I have just been like, this is futile. This is pointless. There's just really no point to anything. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, this message, everybody thinks that this message is to depress them, or it's to get you down and out, or it's to get you messed up. And it ain't for that. It's to get you out of all that stuff. You see, this is what the guy Renegade number 1 talks about. He's talking about getting you out of all that bullshit. You think that he's trying to bring you down, and he's not. And I don't even care what anyone says. Both men and women can watch his channel. Just because he says feminist killer, that's bullshit. That doesn't mean that women can't watch it too. If there's a woman channel that says man killer or I can't stand men, that doesn't mean that I can't watch her channel or her videos. I can learn something from that. And the one important thing that he said that I remember, he said fear comes from a lack of understanding. And my goodness gracious, is that true? Is that the truest thing? Cheers to that. Cheers to that. A lack of understanding is our problem. That hit home for me too, because I realized the more that I understand, the less fearful that I get of all of these societal concepts and this fear mongering that has been bestowed on us. And you have to get a job. You have to do this in your life. You have to be that person. You got to do what the crowd's doing. You have to fit in. You have to vote. All this nonsense that just floods your mind and it just keeps us sick. And I know a lot of you, we are so ingrained in this society and the way that we are living. Things should have never been like this. If we all, here's the way that I see it, and I'm going to end the video on this one. If we all from an early age would have been taught, like I said, the bare necessities, if we would have been taught how to fix a washer when it breaks, like when we do our clothes, or the electrical system. We should all have our own electrical system that we build over time, and that gets passed down from our parents or whatever, so that the house that we're in, we have our own electrical grid and we have our own washer and stuff that we fix ourselves. Not to get everyone else to fix it, go to stores and all that. This is where we messed up. This is where society messed up, is they gave these places to the government and the system and society and said, you have to go there to get these things. No, it should have been in each one of our homes. We should have had our own houses that we built. We should know how to build houses. My grandfather, he can build houses, and I should have learned from him. I really regret not learning how to build stuff from my grandfather, and he's really, really old now. He can still tell me, but he can't really do much of anything. And like our electrical grid, our water, you know what I mean? Like, these are things that we should be doing ourselves. We should not have to go to a store to get these things. We should not have to go to Walmart or Home Depot to get, the things that we need. This should be like a trade where when we need what we need, we get it fixed on our own. And then we have people that we know that know how to fix this stuff. Not have to go to a stranger at a store, even though I have no problem with a stranger. I tell you to invite the stranger, but it's just all screwed up. It's all completely screwed up. And I know so many people, you're not going to get this concept, but it should not have been like this. Like me having to go to a job every day to support myself or my family if I have a family. It's stupid. It's just nonsensical. It does not make sense. We should have our own homes, our own electrical thing, where we can, go like this and spin a thing and get enough electricity for the day. And our bathrooms, we take care of our own bathrooms. Basically, we should have all been carpenters, electricians, and anything that we need to do to take care of our own homes. You know, that's how it should be. Then we wouldn't have all these problems. That we wouldn't have to have all these certifications and these politicians and all this other societal shit we would not have to have if we would have went a different route with this. But we didn't. I'm just saying that's how I see it. You know, it would make life so much easier because we would have something to look forward to. We would have to do something for our own living quarters, you know what I mean? And it would give us something to do instead of other people doing it, instead of strangers and the government and buildings that have all these places. We wouldn't have to go there and do all this stuff, you know? So it basically just goes back the whole way to when you were born into this world and you were given a social security card, and when you went into K5 it started. Maybe even before that, you know. I don't know what people were watching as a kid or what their parents were telling them or teaching them, but it's all a part of the brainwashing, indoctrinating, conforming to society stuff that I talk about. And I've been talking about this lately. I might not be on this, you know, in a little while. I never know what I'm going to be speaking about, but I know that for me, I would have liked it to be different than what it became in my life right now, because this is just bullshit. You know, I got to pay these guys over here $135 a week for this one room apartment. I hardly use water. I hardly use electricity. You know, the little bit of electricity that I do use is for my phone and for my music, and then my refrigerator's running. But that don't take nothing to run that little fridge. It's like, it says on there $25 a month to run that fridge. So that's like nothing, you know? So it's like, why am I giving my money to these people? Even though I appreciate what they're doing and I appreciate their business, it's like, why am I giving what I have to them? You see what I'm saying? They're making a profit, not me. I'm not making no profit. I'm losing out on stuff. You know, it's like if I would have learned how to build my own place, I could have had my own place to live in. And then if I would have learned, you know, to be an electrician and a plumber and everything, I could build my own thing and have my own thing and get my own piece of land to do these things. I wouldn't have to depend on society and the system. And, you know, it is kind of hypocritical because I do depend on food stamps and I do depend on other people right now, but it should not have been like this from the gate. When I was younger, our parents should have put a stop to this. It just should have been different, you know. And it seems like I'm somewhere over here and people are here, but you know, it's really, we know that there's something wrong. We know. It's just who's going to admit it and talk about it, you know. And even me talking about it really ain't doing nothing anyway. You know, it's just getting the word out there for people to realize what's really going on, you know. So it's whatever, you know. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like so I can get out, so my other videos can get out too. And just, you know, there's a lot of my older videos too where I talk about stuff. I notice nobody goes to any of my older videos, hardly at all. And that's cool if you don't. It doesn't matter to me, but check out some of my older videos too. And my playlist section, there's a bunch of stuff on there for y'all. So, Somebody But Nobody, SBN Lifestyle, I am out. Later.